What is going on, everybody? Erock here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. Today's video was kind of long requested. My updated ALC or Advanced Look Control settings for Season 8. Guys, if you do enjoy the content on this channel, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to let you guys know whenever a new video goes live. If you are interested, have more questions, make sure you come on over to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Erock if you have more questions. If you want like sort of tips, I'm not like the obviously like a pro player, but like I feel like I'm pretty decent at the game. So come on over there, trying to get some more faces, new people in the chats there. So without further ado, let's have a little talk about ALC and my controller settings for this season. All right, so first things first, I do play on PC with a controller, so you're gonna have to sort of keep that in mind. So console, you might have to change some things here and there, but button layout, like I've said in previous videos and everything, I don't recommend playing customized. I would recommend one of the ones up here, but I just play customized just from the variation of different games I've played before. So just quickly, that's what my my things are. I play toggle crouch, aim, yeah, trigger dead zones. Always make sure this is on none. If you have this on something else, just make sure you do that. Menu thing is, you know, personal preference, but this is what you guys are looking for right here. The ALC control settings of what I'm using this season. So basically, guys, use this as a starting point to where you want to go. I have made 4 other videos on advanced look control settings. So if these ones don't work for you, please try looking at the other videos. I will link them all in the description box. They'll be the first few links. I've made 4 other videos. And every time I've said this, if it doesn't work for you, try and use this as a base point and then move things up and down from where you need to go, okay? So my dead zone, it might be different from your dead zone. This is all based off of how old or responsive or new your controller is. So for me, I am 2 to the right when you are starting furthest from the left. The outer threshold is default. So your response curve is the same thing as right here when it shows response curve. It's like classic, steady, fine aim, linear, and whatever. That's what this is referring to. The default setting here is standard. The more to the right, it's more of a sticky feel. So when you move your controller thumbstick left or right, you might feel a slightly more delay. The more left of this gray line is more of a raw input, like linear. So for this to the left is absolute linear. So that's why I like to play 2 to the left of standard. So it gives me a slight standard feel, slight linear feel. Per optic settings, I will go over last. My yaw speed. So when I'm playing not on advanced look controls, I think I'm on a 5.4 or a 6.4 settings. 5 meaning my movement sensitivity is 5, and the 4 meaning my ADS or aim down sight sensitivity is 4. So for my yaw speed, I have it at 23 spots to the right of default. This is all going to be personal preference, but I always tell people that playing on a lower sensitivity is better than a higher sensitivity in this game, because in Apex, you do not need a high sensitivity. Trust me, you don't. Start out slow and then slowly work your way up. As far as pitch speed, this is the way you look up and down. Sorry if I didn't say yaw speed is left or right. Pitch speed is up or down. I am 8 spots to the right of default. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turning extra yaw speed, extra pitch, ramp up time, delay. You don't want any ramp up delays or extra, in my opinion, because you just kind of want the most raw input you can. So that's why I have the remaining 4 of these to the bottom left. It's, again, everything is personal preference here. This is just what I'm running, and this just gives my movement overall the cleanest feel. So As far as your ADS, this is obviously the most important area where people are looking, I would feel, after like this top area. So my ADS yaw speed is 2 spots to the right of default, and my ADS pitch speed is only 1 spot to the right. So this is just how quickly your character turns left and right when you're aiming. This is just up and down. Now this is these are the spots where you might have to adjust these settings. The ADS turning extra, yaw and pitch, again, I have none. Ramp up delay on the furthest one, all the way down again. And then ramp up time, I've experimented with furthest to the right in a previous video, and I've experienced with the furthest to the left. So basically, in this sense, this is when you're ADSing. Yes, I'm up here. When you're ADSing and say you got to quickly strafe to someone in your state ADS, when you're moving left or right, your stick is already gonna be like pushing to the max. So what that means is when you're aiming, it's just how much of a slight delay you might feel, or if you don't want to delay at all. And in my personal opinion, I've tried so many different, and then I've thought, why don't I just try moving this bar slightly up or slightly down? And for me, this is like the overall sweet spot of the most comfortable feel. So where I'm at is I'm at 5 paces to the right when you're starting furthest to the left. Target compensation is your aim assist, so both of these, make sure you guys have it turned on. And now with these overall settings, what you're going to feel, which might be slightly different than my previous videos, is that this is going to really help you work on your cursor centering. And what that means is when you're going to look for an opponent or something, and you don't want to be looking at the ground, you don't want to just be looking up top. You always want to have your cursor towards the center of the screen where you think an opponent's going to be. So when you aim in with these settings, the way they're set up, it just feels like an absolute laser where you don't have to move your joystick too much when you're trying to track and center and just keep your aim on the opponent. And then, so what I did is I took the basics of these settings, and then I went into my per optic settings and slightly increased the remaining, just to give myself that little extra feel. So this is where I think you guys can customize these settings even more to your feel. So obviously at default, they'll be at 1.0 for all of these. And then this is just what I did for the 1.0, the 2 times, the 3 times, and so forth, to just slightly move up. So you guys can try this. This is not going to work for you overnight. So keep that in mind as well when you're putting new settings in and everything. New settings, whatever, it's not going to happen for you overnight. It's going to take some time. It takes practice. I've been playing games for like 20 plus years now on controller. So that's where I feel this is why this is most comfortable for me. But yeah, that's basically how my settings are, how everything looks, feels. There's like, I think like a couple screen displays, me shooting these bots down here. But yeah, this is just how it feels, how it looks with these settings. If you guys enjoy the content, enjoy the video, if the settings work for you, feel free to leave a like on the video, all that fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. More videos on the way, of course, and I will see you guys in the next one.